From a cosmic perspective, reincarnation and karma are fundamental universal laws. Reincarnation represents the mechanism that enables a soul to return after death and experience another life in another body. Ideas of reincarnation and of karma, known sometimes as the law of cause and effect, have always been important parts of the Eastern mystic tradition. In the Bhagavad Gita, which is a literary description of the mythic personification of divine love in every person, Lord Krishna speaks to his student Arjuna. You and I have passed through many births, Arjuna. You have forgotten, but I remember them all. William Wordsworth, in his Ode to Immortality, writes, our birth is but a sleep and a forgetting. The soul that rises with us, our life star, hath had elsewhere its setting, and cometh from afar. Not in entire forgetfulness, and not in utter nakedness, but trailing clouds of glory do we come, from God who is our home. Heaven lies about us in our infancy. Shades of the prison house begin to close upon the growing boy. But he beholds the light, and whence it flows, he sees it in his joy. The youth, who daily farther from the east must travel, still is nature's priest, and by the vision splendid is on his way attended. At length the man perceives it die away, and fade into the light of common day. Reincarnation and karma are also embedded in many ancient wisdom cultures and the beliefs of tribal peoples. They were also part of early Christian teaching, but were written out during the Romanization of Christianity by Emperor Constantine. There is, for example, in Luke's second book of Acts, which was omitted from the New Testament, an account of Mary, mother of Jesus, explaining reincarnation to a gathering of disciples. During the 20th century, reincarnation returned to Western thinking through the teachings of people like Madame Blavatsky, Alice Bailey, Rudolf Steiner, Edgar Cayce, and many others. In the 1960s, there was also this wonderful infusion of ideas from the East, helped, for example, by the Beatles, who in travelling to India incorporated many ideas from the Eastern mystic tradition into their music. But how then does this cosmic law of rebirth fit with our lives at this very special time for humanity, when we are due to take a quantum leap in consciousness? In her lecture, Many Happy Returns, which you can hear freely on the archives of the Wessex Research Group network, Jean Smythe suggests that our conduct in this life lays the foundation for the next, just as our conduct in our last life shapes the destiny for this present one. Through using our free will, we can, however, reshape our destiny in our current life, enabling us to move forward in terms of our spiritual and soul growth. This idea is also presented in the book Cosmic Laws, produced by Markage in America. It's based on a lifetime of channeling by a lady called Nada Yolanda. She writes, man grows, then slips back, grows, then slips back. Seldom is it all in one direction. When he learns a lesson, he cannot unlearn it. It goes with him, and he uses it, and thereby strengthens it through use. It would seem that our path of development over many lifetimes is one of constant oscillation. 2 steps forward and 1 back, maybe even 2 back for every 1 forward. By understanding the law of cause and effect, we can, it seems, accelerate our path of progression through actions that generate good karmic memories, of which are then stored in the higher self, ready for the next lifetime. The literal translation of karma is something done. The law of karma indicates that every thought, emotion or action creates an effect, positive or negative. Even neutral thoughts, ambivalence or apathy, cause effects of their kind. It reminded me of Newton's third law of motion, which states that for every action there is an equal and opposite action. Surely this is an expression of the law of cause and effect, only presented in a scientific context. Albert Einstein was also fascinated with the idea of a universal natural law, writing about it in many of his works, including Ideas and Opinions. Karma then does not only apply to our past actions, but also to our present actions. There is also the idea that through our subconscious we can recall karmic memories which might be of good or bad experiences from previous incarnations. When our conscience is telling us something, it is really relaying information from our karmic memory bank. Understanding the law of karma might enable us to maximize our potential during any given lifetime. By listening to our subconscious, we might then make better use of that wealth of information stored up from past lives. Awareness of the energetic consequences of our thoughts, emotions and actions will become very apparent when we and the earth move to a fifth dimensional level of consciousness, because we will all be much more sensitive to energy. The words of the Buddha will ring true. Our life is shaped by our mind. We become what we think. Well, fifth dimensional consciousness places love, selflessness, respect to all life at the center of its thinking. To ascend to this higher level of being, we must manifest these higher values through our thoughts, actions, and emotions, effectively nurturing the associated karma by aspiring to live by these higher values. This is the challenge of our time, of our generation. Well, I'd like to finish, if I may, with a poem that was sent to me by Susie Smith. It's a Christmas poem entitled New Dimension. As a whole, we can live in peace when we can learn to love each other and accept all human beings with the compassion of a brother. For it takes the Christ of Christmas to change our point of view. For only through the Christ child can we all be born anew. And that is why God sent his Son as a Christmas gift of love, so that wickedness and hatred, which the world has so much of, could find another outlet by following in Christ's way and discovering a new power that violence cannot outweigh. And in the Christmas story of the Holy Christ child's birth is the answer to a better world with goodwill and peace on earth.